Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and this is Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious D and Trav, the Trash Man Martin. How are you guys doing today?
Swell.
My glasses.
Hey,
Swell.
it is.
Well,
hey,
I'm
it
swell.
It is good to hear that because today is a special day. We are a part of the Suffolk Library Cosmic Comic Summer Week. And
Say it again.
Cosmic Comic Summer Week. That is what we are doing. And we are happy to be on screen with everybody right now. And as you already know, and if you don't know, I'm a professional wrestler, Benjamin Banks, one half of the Golden Pinky Society with Diamond Victor Griff, and we wrestle all up and down the Mid-Atlantic and the Eastern Coast. So it's good to be here. And just to let everybody know that's watching this right now, I'm giving away 2 free tickets to the next VCW show. All you have to do is answer this one question, and that is, who is your favorite wrestler? It can be from any era, any promotion, any age group. It doesn't matter who it is. Just tell me who your favorite wrestler is, and you'll get 2 free tickets. So only one winner, though. One winner will win these tickets, though. So are you guys ready to go ahead and get into this?
Let's rock and roll.
All right.
Or
Nice. All right, nice. So pretty much what we're going to be talking about is wrestling and nerd culture, or is it wrestling and pop culture? Which way are we going with this, guys?
Pop culture.
Yeah. Hey,
nerd culture is now pop culture.
I mean, but to some people it is pop culture, though, if you think about it.
I just said, I said it already.
Hey, is it an issue?
Nah, because if it was, you feel me, Milton.
Hey, you leave Milton out of this.
Who's Milton? Huh?
What was Milton gonna do?
Hey,
Milton was helping. That's all Milton was doing. And if you don't know who Milton is, then you need to watch Suicide Squad 2, which is on HBO Max right now. And if you want to go to the theaters and watch it, you can do that as well. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking about like wrestling and nerd culture. And I kind of want to start it off with one of my favorite superheroes, Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero of all time. And, you know, with me being a professional wrestler, I've always loved how Spider-Man got his start before he became a superhero. As most people know, and if you don't know, he started off as a wrestler. He was doing shows and he was wrestling, making money. This was before he became a hero, and he was using his powers for his own personal gain. It wasn't until Uncle Ben had died that he started using his powers to help other people. And that's where the whole with great power comes great responsibility line comes in. Now, we saw a little bit of this in the first Spider-Man movie, where we saw Macho Man Randy Savage, which is something we were going to talk about later, about wrestlers who have appeared in comic book movies. But Macho Man Randy Savage, he was in this movie, and you know, who can forget the classic line, "Bonesaw is ready." You know what I'm saying? But no, it was awesome seeing Macho Man in that. You know, Macho Man, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, and just seeing him in the Spider-Man movie, it was like a cherry on top of the cake. D, like, how is it Spider-Man being a wrestler? Like, what does it mean to you? Or like, you know, just, you know, Spider-Man being a wrestler and whatnot.
I thought that it was an interesting start for somebody of his caliber. You know, basically he's kind of a struggling kid. His grandparents basically, you know, gave him what he needed. He never had what he wanted, and he was just trying to make ends meet and find a way to go to college and stuff like that. So it's just, you know, you can find ways to make it to college, basically, is what I took away from it. Peter Parker, obviously, is Spider-Man. He's awesome. And, yeah. Trav, you got anything you want to put on it?
I feel like you said it all, man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
said it already.
Summed it up. Summed it up. So,
but yeah, and what sucks is because in the Amazing Spider-Man movie, we don't see Spider-Man or Peter do anything in a wrestling ring, but we do get a scene where he falls into a gym, and then there's a wrestling ring that he falls into, and then he gets back up, and then he jumps out of it. And I feel like that was just, it was just a small homage to him being a wrestler. But then, and the Spider-Man stuff in the MCU, we haven't seen anything. You know, he's already Spider-Man. You know,
and he's also younger. He's not supposed to be this. Yeah, he's clearly younger. Either that or he's just smaller.
So, I think he's just smaller. I don't
Yeah,
think
he's smaller. Yeah, because
but you know what it is? The MCU said, "Hey, we said it already."
Yeah, I mean,
ain't gonna say it no more.
Oof, don't say it no more.
And it's just funny because Tobey Maguire, he was in high school during the first Spider-Man movie, but it's something that we joke about all the time, where it's like you have these actors who clearly look like they're in their 30s, and
that's a long running joke. Yeah, that's a long, like everybody who was
that's
in
the 80s
Scream.
for you.
Scream and I Know What You Did Last, something like that.
Yeah, that's 80s and 90s, bro.
Yeah, man, that's how they did it.
And Robin, Dick Grayson in the Batman movie, he said he was
Chris
17.
O'Donnell?
Yep, Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell
he was 17
16?
He was like what, mid-30s, late 30s? Yikes.
Oh, man, but I feel like when it comes to wrestling and comics, you really don't get that much of it unless you go over to Japan and you look at the mangas that they have over there, where wrestling is way more popular in the manga scene than it is in the comic scene over here, and for the Western audiences and whatnot. But you have mangas like Tiger Mask, Ultimate Muscle. The list goes on. And then also too, like you see these wrestlers appear in video games, like Tekken, and I'm trying to think what other video. I know Tekken is one game where I've seen wrestlers.
King of Fighters has one, Street Fighter, clearly. Most fighting genre video games has a wrestling character, or a couple, or a few nowadays. I mean, I think Street Fighter has 3 of them now, I think. So,
they do.
Grapplers, if you will.
Now, to piggyback off of what we were talking about earlier about wrestlers who have appeared in movies, like I already said, Macho Man Randy Savage, he was in the Spider-Man movie. Trav, like, what are some other movies that wrestlers have appeared in or are going to be appearing in?
Man, I remember seeing I'm not gonna say the original Punisher, but the 2000 what?
That's the second one. Technically, that's the second.
Yeah, it was the second one.
Yes,
2003 Punisher. I remember when I saw Kevin Nash.
Oh yeah,
I was in the movie theater and I was like, "It's Kevin Nash."
Hey, I'm mistakable, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I just know he was also in Ninja Turtles, Super Shredder. So, and also the flip side to that is, I guess we can count the Crow, because Sting kind of got his gimmick from the Crow. The black and white Sting. So there's a few of them. I mean, they're all over the place nowadays. We have The Rock, being cast as Black Adam.
Yeah, he's already Black Adam.
He's not even just, they already filmed the movie. He produced it. It's like
wow. Okay.
And then now you have John Cena, who's Peacemaker, and Suicide Squad 2. And I mean, to even take it back, we had Triple H. He was in the movie Blade. Trinity. The Rock. I want to say, Black Adam isn't his first forte into comic book films. I know that he has appeared in some other comic book films. I just can't think of off the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
Has there been?
I don't feel like he has personally.
Who is this?
The Rock.
The Rock.
Still on The Rock. I mean, he was.
Oh no!
I know. I was gonna.
He is appearing. He's going to be voicing Crypto and Crypto, the Superdog movie.
Oh yeah,
that's coming out. Yeah. So that's another movie that he's going to be in.
I wanted to like I said, go to Dave Bautista.
Yeah, Batista.
Drax. So I mean, it's nice. It's nice to see those guys getting extra work in roles that are realistic for them too. Right. So I thought that was important.
But now something else that's very popular, since we're talking about like wrestlers appearing and stuff, one of my favorite shows that just ended last year, Supernatural. It ran for 15 years, and I want to say it was either season 13 or season 14, where no, it wasn't 14, so it was definitely either season 12 or 13, where they did a wrestling episode, and it was an indie wrestling show. The Miz appeared up there. And, just watching Dean and Sam be in a wrestling ring, and Dean was a huge wrestling fan. It's just awesome to see wrestling do these crossovers into other fandoms. I mean, I know Boy Meets World isn't really, I don't know if you would consider that nerd culture, but Vader, Mick Foley was up there. I feel like that wrestling culture and nerd culture, they've always run side by side with each other. And it's cool to see that it's out there for everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's just like there's so many people who love wrestling. There's so many people that love comic books, manga, anime, and the list just goes on and on and on for what you can talk about. I know that there's a couple of other wrestlers who have appeared in movies as well. I don't know if you guys remember, but Nathan Jones, he wrestled. He wrestled in WWE back in the early 2000s, and he was in the Tekken movie. He was just in the Mortal Kombat movie that just came out this year, and he always plays that role. If you need a big muscular dude to play in the movie, he's going to do it. Another person that's also appeared in movies as well and video games is Shad Gaspard, who recently passed away last year. And he did the mocap for Kratos and the God of War games, and he was also in the Birds of Prey movie. And I'm sure that there's other comic book movies he's been in as well. I just can't think of them right now and off the top of my head, but it's just awesome seeing wrestlers who we grew up watching or wrestlers who are still on TV right now appearing in movies. And the list just goes on for newer projects that are coming out where you can see these wrestlers at.
Yep.
So it was something else that I wanted to bring up too, going back to Marvel. Marvel actually has its own wrestling promotion in their universe called Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation. And in this promotion, Ben Grimm, the Thing, Blue Eyes, Ben Grimm, he was the actual champion of this promotion. And in one of the comic panels, he cut the famous Dusty Rhodes promo about hard times. But of course, like it was a Marvel spin put on it. And I thought that was awesome because it's like, who doesn't love Ben Grimm? I want to see this guy back in movie theaters. I want to see him on TV. I want to see him somewhere. I want to see the Fantastic Four. I love the Fantastic Four. And we all know that they really haven't had a good hand dealt to them in quite a long time. The last Fantastic Four movie came out, 2014? The really bad one?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
I haven't seen it. But I've never seen it just because
I've never watched the second. No. Well, the second or the remake, I guess is what we'll call
remake.
It. I've never touched it, bro.
Yeah, the original movies were okay, but I mean, the first one was okay. The second one, it wasn't that good with the Galactus Cloud. You know,
the Galactus Cloud.
I was never really a fan of that one.
Yeah, the first movie, I thought the casting was pretty good for the time and stuff like that. It was just a little lackluster in the plot area, you know.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it is what it is, right?
I 100% agree with you. Now, I kind of wanted to take this time to talk about some wrestlers who have appeared, not appeared, but wrestlers who have worn comic book outfits as ring gear. And like the list goes on for like all of the wrestlers who have worn this stuff. And I just wanted to, break down in no particular order wrestlers who have worn comic book accurate inspired wrestling gear. And the first person that I want to start off with is Ricochet. He wrestles in the WWE right now. And some of the comic book outfits that he's worn, he's done a Nightwing inspired outfit, and he's also done a Batman Beyond outfit. I am going to include the photos of what the wrestlers look like in these costumes, but I just think that it's awesome for somebody like Ricochet to wear this outfit because he's a high flyer. It's like when you see this guy in the ring, he moves around like he's a comic book character. So I thought it was awesome that he chose to wear something like that. And, also it's not really comic book, but it's more manga, but he did an All Might outfit. And as we all know, All Might is the #1 hero from My Hero Academia, which is my favorite anime right now. So that was the first person that I wanted to list off. Trav, I know you had mentioned Finn Balor was somebody who had a bunch of comic book accurate outfits when he was Prince Devitt before he was in WWE. Prince the Vet.
Yeah.
What were some of the outfits that he had?
The standout one was the Venom. How he would do it is how he would paint his face and half of his body, but it would all be Venom's head. So it wasn't like he painted Venom's face over his own face. His whole area became Venom's face, and he's had some really cool ones.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
He really didn't do this when he was in WWE for real. It was more just the Demon, which was his character that he would become in WWE. But on the indies, like Trav said, he had a bunch of different ones. He had Venom, he had Carnage, he had Spider-Man. He did the Joker one time. And it's just awesome how you see Venom, you see like Venom and Carnage, they have these giant mouths, and then he just paints himself, as you see in the photos, with the teeth and the tongue and all that stuff, and it looks really cool. If you have a opportunity to check it out, go on YouTube and type in his entrances from when he was doing that stuff, and you'll be amazed with what you see. The next person that I wanted to bring up was Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, WWE champion, Universal champion. The man has won almost every title in WWE. And at one of the pay-per-views, he came out dressed like Thanos. And instead of having the Infinity Gauntlet like Thanos has, he had the Infinity Kick Pad. And the kick pad, it had the Infinity gems up there. And I want to say he wore this outfit after Avengers Endgame had came out. Was it Endgame or was it Infinity War, Trav?
No, it was Endgame.
It was Endgame. And yeah, I mean, it was a pretty dope homage. And I know that Roman Reigns, he really hasn't worn a comic book accurate outfit, but that was Seth Rollins' former partner in the Shield. And currently he wears a golden glove, which is supposed to be the Infinity Gauntlet, but that's the only thing that you're getting. You're just getting the golden glove, and like that's what it represents, is the Infinity Gauntlet. But Seth Rollins, he's also done the Avengers outfit that they wore when they were going back in time.
Yeah,
so like that's two comic book outfits that Seth Rollins has worn. The next person that I wanted to bring up was Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, she's a huge nerd. When she started in the WWE, she had an Iron Man outfit that she wore, and she went on to wear this outfit when she became the WWE Women's Champion. It looks pretty badass. It's Iron Man's classic outfit. And she's also most known for her Harley Quinn inspired wrestling outfit, which is what she had when she won the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship back in 2016. Like I said, she's a huge nerd. She's also done Buzz Lightyear and several other cosplay type comic book wrestling outfits that she's done over the years. She's I think Freddy Krueger is another one that she's done as well.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty awesome that she's done that. The next person that I wanted to bring up is Pentagon. Pentagon, he wrestles in AEW. He's done a Batman outfit, he's done a Joker outfit, and he's also done a Venom outfit. All three outfits are amazing. They look pretty dope. My favorite one would be the Venom outfit, because as you can see in the pictures, half his face is the Venom mask, and then the other half is just his normal face. And I thought that was pretty dope, because who doesn't love Venom, especially with Venom 2 coming out this year. I'm really looking forward to that. What about you, D?
I mean, it's pretty cool to think about, especially with the Venom coming up. I think Venom has definitely grown in popularity, and it's nice to see it getting a lot of shine moving forward, especially in the wrestling community, which, like you said earlier, that wrestling and nerd culture kind of go hand in hand. It's nice to see it kind of blooming, more and more nowadays. You see it everywhere. So, it's cool to be a nerd nowadays. Trav?
I ain't got nothing else to say. That's it.
I like that. Okay. Take that.
Now, well, Trav, let me ask you this. Could you see Tom Hardy being in the wrestling ring?
I can see Tom Hardy doing anything. He's Tom Hardy.
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
Just short and simple. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's Tom Hardy.
I mean,
Man's got a point.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like every role that he does, he kills it. So I mean,
my man, he was born in the darkness. You know what I mean?
Hey, when he was Bane. No, I agree with you on that, man. So moving along, the next person that I wanted to bring up is Ace Austin. Ace, he's in Impact Wrestling right now, and what I love about him is that his outfit, it's not a comic book inspired outfit, but it's just his whole persona as a whole. Like pretty much he's the Gambit of pro wrestling. He has the card, he has the staff like Gambit had. And, I was just talking with a friend the other day about Gambit and how Gambit really hasn't gotten any good exposure since the X-Men animated series that came out in the 90s. And we finally got Gambit in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and they did not do my boy justice. D, I believe me and you, we were just talking about this the other day.
Yes, we were. It's painful, but yes, we were.
Yeah,
it was very lackluster. Is a good way to put it.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. Hopefully, we finally get Gambit now that the X-Men is a part of the MCU.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get
it'll be done right. They back with Marvel, so
yeah,
you can bet your bottom dollar.
Hey, bro, I need for Gambit to be in Marvel versus Capcom, not for 5 when it comes out, because when they removed him, Wolverine, I need my X-Men and the Marvel versus Capcom. I don't know what they thought they were doing.
I don't know what they thought
they were doing either. But then remember also too, we were supposed to get that Gambit movie with Channing Tatum in it. Trav, if that movie would have came out, do you think that it would have done well? Oh yeah, let me try.
I don't think it could have been any worse than seeing him in that Wolverine origin movie. I'll tell you that much.
Yo, I 100% agree with you, man. So the next person that I wanted to bring up was Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano, he's a wrestler in NXT right now, huge nerd. And at all of the NXT takeovers, he's always went all out when it's come to his wrestling gear. He's done a Wolverine outfit. He's done a Mandalorian outfit. He's done Dark Phoenix outfit. The list goes on for like all of the comic inspired outfits that he always brings when he wrestles at these pay-per-views, and they're always badass. They look sweet, and I highly recommend checking out some of his stuff because he's really good in the ring as well. And I think if you watch his matches, you'll be entertained. Next after him, we have the New Day. The New Day, they're a huge group of nerds, and they've been killing it since I want to say 2014, 2015, they've been together. And like everything from the wrestling outfits to the antics that they do on screen, the antics that they do in their matches, it's always a fun time. And the outfits that they mainly do are video game and cartoon inspired outfits. Like we've seen the Mortal Kombat outfits that Kofi and Xavier Woods have worn, which they've also done the white and the Green Ranger Power Ranger outfits, which has been really cool too. And Kofi at the last WWE pay-per-view, he ended up wearing a Skeletor outfit after Masters of the Universe came out. So like I said, like all of their outfits are always going to be inspired by nerdom. But at one pay-per-view, they did wear some comic accurate outfits, and that was the Red Lantern Corps outfits. And like that was pretty dope. I feel like I said, all of their outfits, like they're always on point. Video games, comics, that's how it is. They're a 3-man team. Well, they used to be a 3-man team. They're a 2-man team now. But, if they need a 3-man team to replace the New Day, you got me, your boy Benjamin Banks, and I got my boys Trav the Trashman Martin and Rebellious D, and we can get up in there and we could be the New Day.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess, how many more people do we have? We have 2 more. Trav, I know that you had mentioned Ember Moon.
Yeah, but I don't know what she wore.
Oh, I thought you.
I know your boy did it. Yeah.
Trav said you thought wrong.
You thought wrong. Good
I know I mentioned Sting because of the Crow, and the Crow does have graphic novels.
Well, even more so, Sting and TNA had a Joker gimmick for.
Yeah, Sting did.
Yes,
Joker
yes, recently, right, or more recent.
Yeah, more from Dark Knight.
Yes,
I mean that's pretty sick. Mm-hmm. It was pretty cool too. I enjoyed that. So
yeah, he was able to take a gimmick and like reinvent himself in a way, which was cool because like this was an insane Sting. It was a Sting mixed with the Joker from the Dark Knight. So I just always thought that was cool too. And the last person that I want to bring up, like this man, since he's been wrestling, like he's been a huge nerd. Like when it comes to the big pay-per-views, he always has comic book inspired wrestling gear. And that is the man himself, Rey Mysterio. And just looking over the years at like all of the classic outfits that he's had, the Flash, Spider-Man, Batman, Joker, Mysterio, the list goes on for the amount of costumes that this man has had. Like going back to what we was talking about Fantastic Four earlier, when Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer came out, he had he did the Silver Surfer outfit. He painted his whole body silver. The mask was silver, and then the pants was silver.
Do you remember what the first one you saw was?
I believe it was The Flash.
Okay. See, for me, it was WrestleMania 19. He did Daredevil. Daredevil had just
I
come
remember
out, and he faced Matt Hardy.
Yep.
Opened up Mania with that Daredevil outfit.
Did he win?
Sick.
Of course. No, that's right. Matt Hardy won. Yeah, for the cruiserweight title.
That's right. Rung him up on them ropes, baby. The one.
But no, it's just one of the things that I love about wrestling is whenever like a movie comes out or a TV show, and then like the wrestler is just like, okay, I want to make sure that I have this gear done before the movie comes out or afterwards, so that way it's fresh and it's hot whenever the project drops. And another person, while it isn't like comic book themed, it is manga themed. Keith Lee, at his first WWE pay-per-view, he came out in a Broly inspired outfit, which was pretty dope. And I know like a lot of people, like they consider manga and comics different forms of reading, but at the end of the day, they're the same thing. It's just that manga is Japanese comics. But it's just always awesome just seeing the nerdom cross over into wrestling, like I said earlier. D, I know I said the first Rey Mysterio outfit that I saw. Trav said the first one he saw. What was your first time seeing Rey Mysterio in a comic book outfit?
I can't really remember Rey Mysterio doing it. I just know that he wore a lot of different costumes. So not one really sticks out to me, but I just remember him always being the guy who changed like his gimmick, kind of. I don't want to say his gimmick, but I guess his
outfit.
His wrestling gear.
His attire.
He always had different. He never wore the same thing. He always had something different on, and that's kind of like how me and Griff. It's just like we have so many different outfits that we wear. So it's just like whenever we wrestle at a place, you're never going to see us wear the same thing. Like if you saw us wrestle at that one show, at the next show, we're not going to be in the same outfit. It's always going to be something different. And, that's one thing that I've always loved about wrestling is that you can have as many outfits as you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to wear the same exact thing all the time, even though there's nothing wrong with wearing the same exact thing. If somebody just wants to wear black trunks like Stone Cold Steve Austin, then that's all that he needs to wear, just black trunks, go out there and get the job done. But other than that, guys, was there anything else that you wanted to throw in here before we wrap this thing up? I know I had mentioned earlier about Ultimate Muscle. D, I know that that's more your forte because you did watch that. Mind explaining to everybody what Ultimate Muscle is?
Ultimate Muscle was basically, I'm going to say, I would imagine it came out probably in the 80s. We got it in the late 90s?
It was called something else in Japan.
Yeah, it was the early 2000s.
But basically it was a manga / anime that was dedicated to basically using a lot of wrestling tropes and things like that. They took and put spins from actual wrestlers from real life and basically made their moves like super moves. They even used the NWO and things of that nature. So they took a lot of gimmicks from actual wrestling and, used the storylines and things like that. So, that's basically it. It's fun if you're a fan of nerdom, or if you're a nerd and you're into wrestling, definitely need to watch that. It's a fun little watch just because it's very cheesy, over the top, but it's enjoyable.
Yep. Now, I don't remember a lot about Ultimate Muscle, but I do remember when it used to come on back in the day. And I remember one of the wrestlers' names was Kevin Mask. And I was just like, hey, that's pretty awesome. And then they also had their own version of the NWO up there. So
exactly.
If you were somebody who grew up watching wrestling in the 90s.
They also had a Luchador show too.
Oh, yes. Mucha Lucha.
Yeah,
they used to come on WB. Yeah,
that was actually a very good cartoon too.
Yeah, that was a good one too, and they had a bunch of wrestling references up there too. And I'll always remember there was one episode where they had the American wrestlers come down to Mexico, and the American wrestling was different than Mexican wrestling. And it was just a fun episode, like with the American wrestling, like they had these huge over the top entrances and whatnot. And then they were just like, well, what are these guys doing? Why don't they just come to the ring and wrestle? So It's just I just love the references that you have on shows like that. And with that being said, thank you for listening to us ramble on about wrestling stuff and nerd culture and whatnot. We hope that you stayed with us to the end. And D, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And you can find me at rebellious_D23 Instagram.com. Trav?
And that's right. Same place for me. You can find me at ZK Audio on the Instagram. You can find me on the Twitter at TRAVIOSZK. And where we going to find podcast #1 wrestler?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Also, make sure that you check out our podcast, Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, where we have new episodes every Tuesday. And then the video interview of that episode is on our YouTube on that Friday. And then you can subscribe to us on YouTube at Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Thank you, everybody, for watching our video at the Cosmic Summer Week. And we hope to see you in the future. Remember, like I said, answer that wrestling question for me. You can win 2 tickets to the next VCW show that is going to be happening in November. So like I said, just tell me who your favorite wrestler is, and I'll pick a winner. Like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay positive, have a fun summer. Peace.